I'm not talking about all of you. I know the ones I've chosen. But so that the scripture might be fulfilled, it must be that he who eats bread with me has lifted up his heel against me. I'm telling you now, before it happens, so that when it happens, you might believe that I'm the one. Truly, truly, I tell you, he who receives anyone I send receives me, and he who receives me receives the one who sent me. After saying these things, Jesus was deeply moved in spirit. He was starting to dread what was going to happen. And he testified and said, truly, I tell you, that one of you will betray me. Then, uncertain of whom he spoke, the disciples started looking at each other. And there was one of his disciples whom Jesus loved, reclining close to Jesus. That's John. Then Simon Peter nodded to him to inquire who it might be concerning whom he spoke, because Peter had had thoughts like that along the way. And he, leaning back on Jesus' chest, said to him, Lord, who is it? Jesus answered, it's the one I will give this bit of bread to after I've dipped it. And when he had dipped the piece of bread, he gave it to Judas Iscariot, son of Simon. And after the piece of bread, Satan entered into him. That's Satan himself, not a demon. Then Jesus said to him, what you do, do quickly. Now, none of those reclining at the table understood why he said this to him. I suppose Judas got up and left. It says in Matthew and the others he did. None of them reclining at the table understood why he said this to him. What does that tell us about how Jesus had treated Judas all those years, knowing he would betray him? He says, one of you is going to betray me. And he dips a piece of bread and gives it to Judas. Satan enters into Judas, and Jesus says, what you do, do quickly. Judas gets up and leaves. They don't even suspect him, because that's how well Jesus had treated him. That's how little Jesus had talked about him to any of them. Some supposed, since Judas had the money bag, that Jesus was telling him, buy what we need for the feast, or that he should give something to the poor. So, having received the piece of bread, he immediately